We take a look at how building green can help keep more green in your wallet. Up next on Comcast Newsmakers.
Bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Newsmakers. According to the U.S. Green Building Council, buildings account for nearly 40% of all energy used in the U.S. Here to discuss how green buildings can significantly reduce energy waste is this hour's newsmaker, David Siegel. He's Vice President of Development for the Stiles Corporation. And thanks very much for joining us. Now, how popular are green buildings now?
We're just at the beginning of the trend of people adopting this across the nation. It started in California about 10 years ago, and slowly it's made its way across the metropolitan cities throughout the country.
What makes a building a green building?
Well, a lot of it has to do with not only the way that you orient the building and develop the site itself, but the construction techniques that you use, as well as the interior, from better clean air inside the building and eliminating a lot of the noxious odors and vapors, to your construction techniques and things that you would put inside to reduce electric and water consumption and things like that.
Let's talk a few of the specifics there. You said orienting the building. Does that mean which way the building faces?
Yes, because we have such a hot sun down here, if you orient it to a more north-south and put the smaller sides of the building towards the sun, then you're going to absorb less heat.
And in the construction of the building, there are a lot of things you can do to make it more environmentally friendly.
Oh yes, there's from the construction materials you use on the outside to high-performance glass and the absorption of heat in the walls themselves. You can use concrete or precast, and then on the inside you can use high-efficiency mechanical systems and put in minor things into the electrical system, like automatic switches that are motion detector for lights, so you can, when people aren't occupying their offices, it'll turn off. We've also implemented a number of things for water-saving devices.
The big energy draw for every building, of course, is air conditioning, right?
That's correct.
And what technological advances have been made to make that more green?
Well, on this building specifically, Lakeshore 2, we've implemented a solar coating on our roof, which will reflect a lot of the sun's heat, so we'll be utilizing a lot less air conditioning to cool the building.
Oh, I see. Interesting. And water use as well?
Yes, we have implemented some devices that will save approximately 47% of our water consumption, from automatic shut-off on the faucets to waterless urinals to dual flush valves on our toilets.
When you're coming up with the construction and architecture of a building and you're trying to make it very environmentally friendly, how would you take a look at innovations made elsewhere and different types of new technology to implement into the building?
Yes, actually this is more of a worldwide development that's occurred, so we are sharing technology with everyone in the world and implementing the best of everything as we go forward, from sustainable materials and forests that will replenish themselves and wood that grows faster, to any of the innovative techniques with the waterless urinals, etc.
Are we in a sort of unique area down here of South Florida, being so tropical and hot during the summer? If we actually can make a model that is energy efficient, it's going to be even more energy efficient maybe up north?
Well, we have some unique issues with just the amount of sun that we get and the heat load. As you go further up north, there are other things you have to do to combat the cold at the same time, but it still comes down to insulating the walls, so you're either retaining your heat or your cool during the opposite times of the year, and also allowing in sunlight at the same time, which is a bit of a dichotomy.
So technology is really progressing to the point where we can actually make these changes and have them become very cost efficient. They're not like these exorbitant amount of money for these different systems.
Well, they are still costly, but in the bottom line, it reduces the expenses for our tenants, which make the buildings a little bit more cost effective for them to occupy. But there still is a cost at a couple percent for towards our hard costs on every project.
And this is the beginning of a trend for you.
Oh yes, Stiles Corporation is rolling it out in all our buildings, and from the green cleaning and extermination and recycling for all our buildings, it's going to be implemented throughout our complete portfolio.
All right, great. This hour's newsmaker, David Siegel, discussing green buildings in South Florida. I'm Spiro Canton. Thank you for joining us.
The preceding has been a presentation of Comcast Newsmakers. And now, back to CNN Headline News.